50s or 60s perhaps, but not in the 2020s. All economists would agree that values and ideologies affect policy choices. Many think it possible, nevertheless, to separate empirical knowledge. How much is a higher tax rate likely to reduce demand for sugary drinks? From political values. Should the government protect consumers from their own bad choices? To my mind, values cannot be wholly separable from empirical investigation, and yet it is important for economists to aspire to be as impartial as possible. Economic knowledge certainly accumulates. If we had not learned lessons from the experience of the 1930s, the consequences of the 2008 through 9 financial crisis would have been far more severe, and governments would not have introduced furlough schemes during the coronavirus lockdowns. If we had not created and learned from market design, defining the rules that make markets work well, far fewer of the apps on our phones could work. There are other important differences between economics and its critics. One is whether it is ever acceptable to put monetary values on intrinsically good things like nature or human life. The economist's answer is that there are implicit valuations made whenever people make choices about where to build roads or what safety features to require of new products. So is it not better to be explicit about those judgments? These are healthy debates, generally with constructive mutual engagement among the participants. Indeed, some leading economists have begun to argue for a closer dialogue between economics and ethics, and to identify the importance of identity, and narrative and persuasion. This engagement with the humanities is necessary and welcome. A number of studies have also noted the unmerited superiority or imperialism of economics, or, in other words, economists' confidence that their approach is best when it comes to answering questions or addressing policy problems. This is slowly changing, albeit with further to go. One piece of evidence is the growing cross-citation among the social sciences. Although it is still an unbalanced trade in the sense that economics is cited more by the other disciplines than vice versa, the trend is for more cross-fertilization. Anybody supervising PhD students or mentoring younger colleagues will know about the geyser of interest in broad societal problems, requiring interdisciplinary work across the natural and social sciences and the arts and humanities. Another welcome change in recent years is the gathering pace of curriculum reform. As explained in the text, this was prompted by a combination of some effective student protests in countries from Chile to the UK about the inadequacy of their economics courses in teaching real-world issues, with unease among university teachers and employers about what economics graduates had learned. I have been part of the coalition of economists around the world devising and making freely available a curriculum significantly different from the Economics 101 norm, changing the benchmark way of thinking about the world that students learn in what is often their first encounter with economics. Many universities are adopting the new framework. This book reflects my frustration with the straw man arguments because, as well as ignoring welcome changes in economics and the way it is taught, they have allowed economists to overlook or deny some things that are badly wrong with the discipline, both in its intellectual approach and in the ways economists are so unrepresentative of the societies we aim to study. In recent years, in a succession of public lectures, I've addressed some of these issues. Economists do not introspect much about deep methodological questions. The lectures on which this book builds had as one thread some key philosophical issues in economics itself. To what extent is economics performative or self-fulfilling? Can a social science ever aspire to objectivity when its practitioners are part of society? What policy conclusions can we possibly draw from economics when it assumes people have fixed preferences, an assumption torpedoed by the existence of the advertising industry? Has methodological individualism run out of road as the structure of the economy shifts to activities involving greater externalities and nonlinear dynamics? A second